Hey guys, welcome to the channel. You're watching the Art Occultist, and my name is Elisa. I am so happy to have you here with me today. So, a few weeks ago, I posted a video with the title Three Things That Bug Me About the Tarot Community. And we are here today to actually do a counterpart to that particular video. So today we are speaking about three things that I actually really like and enjoy about tarot and spiritual community in general. I am only going to speak about the online tarot and spiritual community because to be quite honest, I don't have a in real life community when it comes to those things. So yeah, I am going to share with you three things that I absolutely adore about our community here and that actually really feed my soul. But before we start, I want to encourage you to share in the comment section down below three things that you like about our community, either the spiritual community or the tarot community. It's up to you. But yeah, let's spread the positive vibes. So, without further ado, let's dive into my list. Number one, the fact that I get to see that there are other people with similar interests to me and that walk a similar spiritual path as me. I have to acknowledge that in alternative spirituality, no two paths are the same. But the fact that I got to see and meet people that share my views about spirituality, how important it is to have a spiritual life and practice, it was something that I honestly was lacking in my life. Because, like I already mentioned, in my personal life, I am surrounded by normal people, normal, boring people. I don't have anybody in my immediate circle or family that is even willing to have a conversation about those topics around tarot and spirituality. They don't deem them as important, as serious, or as valuable. So, in my everyday life, how I move through the world is very other than the people that surround me. And most people in general, I think that a lot of us can relate to that. So, when I have discovered this space, it was like a beacon of light that actually there are people out there that value the same things as I do, and I am not some kind of a alien that wants to explore life on a deeper level and that actually thinks that it's important to do so for your personal development as a human. Now, that doesn't mean that the people that are around me are bad people or we don't get along. It just means that I don't feel, I didn't feel understood when it comes to spirituality and my spiritual needs. Those things were not met by people in my everyday life. And to this day, I haven't met a person in my mundane life that is that has interest in those things, or if they even know what I am talking about most of the time. Which is sad to see that the majority of the normal people are, I don't know, they are just muggles, let's put it that way. So yeah, this is the number one thing on my list that I actually really love about this community. That I feel seen, I feel understood. The second one, I love that I can peek behind the curtains and I can be a part of other people's practices to the extent, of course, that they are willing to share. And also, I can see their magical spaces. They are their authors and magical rooms, if you will. It's very inspiring to me. I love watching altar tours, sacred space tours, all those types of videos. And yes, there's an element of aesthetics involved for sure. And I think that I am going to speak about aesthetics in spirituality in a separate video, but I truly enjoy seeing other magical practitioners' spaces and altars and their arrangements and the items and the tools that they deem meaningful and practical, if you will. I love hearing people explain why they use particular tools or items, particular ingredients, if you are a practicing witch. Or, yeah, I just love that aspect. And I think that I love it so much because when I started my spiritual journey, I was in my teenage years. And for the longest time, I wasn't allowed to have an altar or many tools. And the tools that I did have, I kind of had to hide away from my family. Uh, Not that I was practicing in secret, but they were not comfortable with certain magical items. For example, my tarot deck, it had to be hidden away because it made my family uncomfortable, for example. And it caused conflicts. For the most part, the majority, my family, they were so emotionally damaged and dealing with a lot of their own problems, but that they left me alone for the majority of my practicing life in terms of spiritual exploration. They didn't have much interest in those topics that I was exploring. But yeah, I didn't have to hide that I was doing those things, but at the same time my books and tools that I did have, which weren't many, they made them uncomfortable. So I had to use them when I was alone or at night, etc., to avoid conflicts. Yeah. So, yeah, when I moved away, actually, when I moved from my family home, this was the first time that I was able to set a permanent altar with whatever I wanted to have on it. And whenever we had guests and friends and normal people visiting us, because when I moved away from home, I moved in with my partner. So whenever we had guests, I don't know, I had this internal fear and need to hide all of my tools away. So before each visit from family or friends, I was taking down my altar and hiding away all of my tools, which from my current perspective seems absurd. But at that time, I don't know. I was dealing with a lot, and it wasn't something that I wanted to. It felt Outer spaces are truly personal and magical, and I just didn't feel okay other people even looking at that. Because for me, an outer space is a sacred place of worship, of connection, but it is also a external expression of my inner world. And I really had an issue of people, even if they were my friends or family, seeing that. Because for the longest time I've always been very closed off in terms of I don't open up to people very easily, and I need a lot of time, a lot of trust, and to see that you actually care about my inner world in order for me to even bring it up and share something about that personal to me as spirituality. And yeah, there was a big chapter of my life that, yes, I could have an altar, but yeah, I was always this disassembling it whenever other people were coming to our home, and it was something that I dealt with for a while. But yeah, that's why I love to peek behind the curtains and actually see other people's homes, their spiritual practices, their tools, altars, arrangements. I love to hear them explain why they have certain items, the sentiment behind that item, the memories that their items hold for them, etc. So this is my second point of what I love about our tarot and spiritual community. And this also applies to decks. I love seeing decks. So this leads me to my third point, which is exactly that. This community, the spiritual and the tarot community, exposes me to new tools in terms of magical tools, tarot decks, oracle decks, specific witchcraft items, but it also exposes me to new ideas and concepts, a new way of perceiving certain things, and new interpretations of, for example, card meanings. It provides insight into personal explorations of people from similar spiritual paths as myself. And overall, I can say that being a part of this online spiritual slash tarot community, it's very enriching to me. Of course, it has its problems. What community doesn't? Like, we are people, we have our issues, and when people come together, of course there are going to be issues, challenges, disputes, misunderstandings, for sure, differences of opinion. That's normal, that's human nature. But this community, even though I don't agree with every person 100% that is part of this community, it's very enriching to me to be a part of it. I I really appreciate the fact that I am able to even see and communicate with other people that have similar interests to me. I truly appreciate that on a soul level. And being exposed to different ways of practice, different ideas, different viewpoints that come from different practitioners, um, from their lived experience, it's invaluable. It's something that cannot be replaced by a book, in my opinion. And I can say this with certainty for myself, because like I mentioned, when I started, I was using only books to gather my information. I didn't have community. I didn't even think about going online at that point in time to look for similar people with similar interests. So I know what it is to practice in isolation and to think that, okay, that's something might be very strange about me because I don't fit in with the normal people. So I get it. I know how isolating this is. And this community right here, the tarot tube community and the spiritual community, uh, yes, it's problematic at times, but it has its good sides, and it shows people that even if we don't live in the same country, even, we are not alone, and there are other spiritual open people, deep people that actually care about the depth of the human experience, the depth of the universe, and actually think about more things than just what's for dinner next Tuesday, or I don't know, where to go, which party to go on a Friday night. Like, those things are valid and they are fun to do and necessary, but there's so much more to life. Life is so rich and deep, and yeah, I truly am in awe of the richness of the people that I have come across on here in this community, in this space. And a bonus point that I just thought about is that I really, really, really enjoy the age diversity in this community. We have younger people, we have teenagers coming on the scene, we have people from my age group. I'll be 30 in a few months. We have people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s even, and everybody brings a unique flavor and personal experience, and it's fascinating. And yeah, you can learn so much from everybody. And yeah, I like that. I really like that. I like the diversity, not only in age groups, but also from that there are people from different traditions, different nationalities, different races even. I truly enjoy the diversity, and that we can all learn from each other, and that we can all find a common ground, even if our practices are different. Yeah, that's amazing to me. So yeah, guys, those were my 3 points of why I actually love the tarot slash spiritual community. And I am truly looking forward to reading your points and why you love to be a part of this community as well, if you do. Yeah, so that's everything from me. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting me. I truly enjoy being back on YouTube, and I really like this new setting where the Art Occultist is more about my personal ruminations, thoughts, etc. And the Liminal Oracle, my new channel, is more about my work for Hekate. I really, really enjoy that. So with that, I'm going to leave you, and I hope that you have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.